Most people want results yesterday. They want success with zero sacrifice, fame with no grind, money with no discipline. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. You don't just wish for greatness. You build it day by day, rep by rep, decision by decision. That's the process. But here's the truth most won't tell you. The process is ugly. It's lonely. It's boring. You'll lose sleep. You'll lose friends. You'll question yourself more times than you can count. And that's exactly why it works, because it's the ultimate test. You want to win? Then trust the grind. Trust the pain. Trust that when you're putting in work and nobody's watching, that's when champions are made. Everyone claps when the result shows. But the real beasts, they trust the process before the world believes in them. Success isn't magic, it's math. Put in the work, stay locked in, stay dangerous, and when it gets hard, good. That's your sign you're doing it right. So here's the message: trust the damn process, or get out of the way for someone who will. Everybody wants to win until it's time to pay the price. You say you want success, cool. What are you willing to give up for it? Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they're too soft. Too addicted to comfort, too married to their distractions. They want to chase greatness while clinging to their weekends, their sleep-ins, their parties, their Netflix. It doesn't work like that. The universe doesn't hand out trophies to the lazy. It rewards those who are willing to bleed a little, suffer a lot, and still show up hungry the next day. The people at the top, the ones you admire, envy, or scroll past on social media, they didn't stumble into success. They sacrificed for it. Late nights, early mornings, social lives, comfort zones. They traded short-term pleasure for long-term power. While others were relaxing, they were perfecting. While others were out drinking, they were dialed in, working, grinding, locking in on goals that most people didn't even believe were possible. And that's not luck. That's the cost of ambition. That's the price of elevation. Here's the part nobody wants to hear. Something has to die for something greater to live. That might be your ego, your laziness, your victim mindset. You can't take every bad habit with you to the top. Some of them need to get buried along the way. You want abs? Say goodbye to junk food. You want millions? Say goodbye to free time. You want to build an empire? Say goodbye to being liked by everyone. Success demands sacrifice. It's not negotiable. It's the entry fee. Either pay it or stay where you are. And don't get it twisted. Sacrifice doesn't always mean suffering. It means choosing something greater over something easier. It means staying in when everyone else goes out. It means studying when your friends are gaming. It means doing what must be done, not what feels good. That level of sacrifice turns you into a machine, a weapon, a force of nature. It separates those who dream from those who do. It separates spectators from gladiators. So the question isn't, do you want it? The question is, what are you willing to give up for it? People think the grind is glamorous. They see the end result, the car, the body, the money, the respect, and they convince themselves that the journey must have been exciting, filled with motivation and glory. Wrong. The process is brutal, it's boring, it's repetitive. It breaks you down before it ever builds you up. You'll wake up some days wondering if it's even worth it. You'll question your sanity. You'll train alone, study alone, build alone while everyone else is laughing, relaxing, pretending like life is just some endless party. And deep down, you'll feel that sting, that isolation that comes with chasing something bigger than comfort. Pain isn't a side effect, it's part of the blueprint. The real process is full of invisible suffering. You're going to feel like a ghost in your own life. People won't understand what you're doing. They'll criticize you, doubt you, even mock you. And you'll keep going, not because it's fun, but because quitting isn't an option. That's the kind of pain no one talks about. The kind that eats away at your confidence when there's no praise, no results, no validation. Just you, your grind, and the noise in your head telling you to stop. Here's what separates the weak from the strong. The weak run from the pain, the strong train in it. They learn to love the discomfort. They accept that pain is the currency for progress. No transformation happens without pressure. No greatness comes without a toll. Diamonds are made in pressure, not comfort. And if you're not willing to suffer for it, you don't deserve it. It's that simple, because the process will humble you. It will expose your insecurities. It will force you to grow up. You'll cry, you'll fail, you'll fall flat on your face. And that's exactly why it works. Most people will never get far enough to see results because the process pushes them harder than they've ever been pushed. And they fold. They look for an escape the moment things get uncomfortable, but pain isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. Every rep that burns, every hour you want to quit, every setback that breaks your rhythm, it's building something inside you, something that can't be faked, bought, or borrowed. Call it grit, call it mental armor, but you only get it by earning it. Pain, not comfort. Motivation is a joke. It's a spark, a momentary high that disappears as fast as it shows up. People rely on motivation because they're weak. They want to feel good before they act. That's why they're stuck. That's why they start something, then quit. Start again, then quit again. They're addicted to the feeling, not committed to the result. But winners, real winners, they don't wait to feel like it. They get up and execute, rain or shine, hype or no hype. Because they understand that motivation is a mood, but discipline is a decision. Discipline is the backbone of every single champion. It's not sexy, it's not flashy, it's repetition, it's consistency, it's doing the same damn thing every day until it becomes your second nature. Discipline is getting up at 5 a.m. when your body says no. Discipline is hitting the gym when your mind is screaming to skip. Discipline is doing the hard thing, especially when no one's watching. That's the difference. The discipline don't look for an escape route. They look for the next rep, the next move, the next win. They don't break under pressure. They break through it. You think a lion waits until he's motivated to hunt? No. He hunts because that's who he is. You don't rise to your level of motivation. You fall to your level of discipline. And that level is built in the trenches. When you train yourself to show up regardless of how you feel, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable. Because now your actions aren't controlled by emotion, they're controlled by purpose. That's where the power is. Not in the hype, not in the inspiration, but in the cold, quiet discipline of doing the work whether you want to or not. And here's the truth, no one wants to face. Your feelings don't matter. They don't pay your bills. They don't build your body. They don't grow your bank account. Only your discipline does. And discipline doesn't care if you're tired, heartbroken, stressed, or scared. It demands action, not excuses. The world doesn't reward the motivated. It rewards the consistent. So if you're serious about leveling up, stop chasing highs, start building habits, kill the need for hype. Become the kind of person who doesn't need motivation because you're locked in no matter what. Everybody wants results. Nobody wants to become the kind of person who deserves them. That's where the process comes in. See, the process isn't just about stacking wins. It's about shaping you into someone who can carry the weight of success without folding. People think success is just about skills and strategy. No, it's about character. It's about who you become when no one's clapping, when no one's watching, when no one believes in you but you. The process isn't there to reward you instantly. It's there to build you from the ground up, one hard lesson at a time. You don't build character in comfort. You build it in the grind when things go sideways and you keep moving anyway. You build it when everything says quit and you answer with not today. That's how discipline gets baked into your DNA. That's how resilience is forged. It's not a motivational quote, it's survival. When you go through the pain, the setbacks, the sacrifices, the silence, and you don't break, you start to realize that success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming the kind of person who refuses to stay average. The world is full of talented people with zero character, flashy, loud, empty. They win for a moment and crumble the second life hits back. Why? Because they skipped the process. They wanted the throne without the war, but the process, it makes sure you earn every inch. It humbles you. It toughens you. It teaches you patience when everything feels slow. It teaches you hunger when there's nothing on the table. It forces you to face every weakness, every excuse, every crack in your foundation, and patch it with effort, consistency, and grit. So, if you're in the middle of it right now, if you're hurting, doubting, exhausted, good, that means it's working. That means the old version of you is being stripped away, and the new version, the one who can carry success without choking on it, is being built. Every L, every lonely day, every moment of doubt is sculpting you into something unshakable. The process isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's not just building results, it's building a savage. And when that savage finally breaks through, that's when the world pays attention. In a world obsessed with instant everything, instant likes, instant dopamine, instant rewards, the people who can delay gratification are becoming rare. And that's exactly why they win. Most people are addicts, addicted to pleasure, addicted to shortcuts, addicted to the next quick fix that feels good in the moment but robs them in the long run. They want the body without the workouts. They want the income without the skill. They want the reward without the patience. But life doesn't pay out based on how fast you want it. It pays out based on how long you're willing to wait while still putting in the work. The ability to delay gratification is one of the most lethal traits a person can develop. It means you're in control. It means your impulses don't run your life, you do. While everyone else is wasting money for the weekend vibe, you're stacking it. While they're binging on garbage, you're meal prepping. While they're partying for the short-term high, you're sharpening your craft in the shadows. That's the quiet power, the kind that compounds, the kind that turns months of discipline into years of dominance. And the best part, the people chasing quick rewards never see you coming. This isn't about saying no to fun forever. It's about saying not yet. and having the mental strength to mean it. You see, anyone can chase comfort, anyone can cave in to cravings, but it takes a different breed to sacrifice now for something that hasn't even materialized yet. That's faith, that's vision, that's inner strength. When you're able to look at something you want right now and say, I'll pass because I'm building something bigger, you've already separated yourself from 95% of the population. You've proved that your future matters more than your feelings. And the truth is, the longer you're willing to delay gratification, the bigger the payoff becomes. Think about it. Every rep you put in today, every dollar you save, every skill you build, it multiplies, it stacks, it grows in silence. Then one day you walk into a room and the same people who laughed at your discipline can't even understand how you got there. That's because they spent their time chasing comfort. You spent yours building leverage. That's the power of delayed gratification. It doesn't just change what you get, it changes who you become. Most people treat pain like it's a red light. The moment life punches them in the mouth, they freeze, they hesitate, they start looking for exits. But real ones, they know better. Hardship isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign to lean in. It's a signal that you're in the right zone. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in chaos. It happens when the pressure's high, the options are few, and quitting seems easy. That's where the breakthrough lives. Right on the other side of the resistance you're scared of facing. You're supposed to feel uncomfortable, you're supposed to feel overwhelmed. That's the point. That's the tax you pay for chasing something bigger than average. If your goals don't scare you or stretch you, they're too small. And if you're waiting for a smooth ride, you've already lost. Every time things get hard, you're being asked one simple question: do you really want this? Most people answer no, not with words, but with their actions. They fall back, they lower the bar. But the ones who win, they answer yes by moving forward anyway, even with bloody hands and tired eyes. See, pain is feedback. It's your body, your mind, your spirit telling you something is happening. You're being molded, refined, tested. Life doesn't hand you blessings, it makes you earn them through adversity. That storm you're in, that pressure you're feeling, that's not punishment, that's the process. If it wasn't hard, it wouldn't change you. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't teach you. Every challenge is an invitation to level up. Every hardship is a door disguised as a wall, and every time you push through one, you unlock a stronger version of yourself. But here's the brutal truth. Most people never get there because they tap out the moment things get real. They treat obstacles like dead ends instead of proving grounds. But the high performers, the killers, the leaders, they welcome hardship like a sparring partner because they understand one thing: the more you endure, the more dangerous you become. Not because the pain gets easier, but because you get harder. So when life throws resistance your way, don't fold, don't back off. Recognize it for what it is, a signal, a test. And your job, pass it without blinking. You will walk alone before anyone claps for you. That's just how the game works. At the start, there's no cheering section, no applause, no recognition, just you, your vision, and a mountain of doubt from others and from yourself. People won't see what you're building because they're too busy looking at what you don't have yet. They'll question your moves, your timing, your ambition. They'll project their fear onto your dreams. And if you're not solid internally, you'll believe them. That's why trusting yourself is non-negotiable. If you don't believe in your own blueprint, nobody else ever will. The world will test your confidence before it ever respects it. That means you're going to have to make moves in silence. You'll have to work when no one understands why. You'll sacrifice when others call it stupid. And the entire time you'll have this voice in your head asking, what if they're right? But that voice isn't truth. It's weakness trying to survive. You want to build something legendary? Then you need a backbone made of conviction. You need to look at your goals and say, even if it's just me, I'm all in. That's the type of internal fire that can't be faked, and it terrifies people who've never bet on themselves. Most people are waiting for permission to start, permission to go all in, permission to believe. But if you need someone else to validate your vision, it's already dead. Stop expecting the world to see something that hasn't even fully materialized yet. That's your job. Your belief has to come before the results. You have to plant the seed, water it daily, and defend it like your life depends on it, even when there's no proof it's working, especially when there's no proof. That's the real test. That's where champions are forged, in the silence, in the grind, in the self-belief that never breaks. And here's what most people don't understand. When you finally do win, when the results show, when the money comes, when the body's built, when the respect hits, all the doubters will pretend they believed in you the whole time. Don't get bitter, smile, because you'll know the truth. You made it because you believed when no one else did. You trusted your gut, your grind, and your goddamn work ethic. That's what separates the average from the elite. Not talent, not luck, but the ability to back yourself fully, fiercely, and fearlessly when no one else is willing to bet on you. Every decision you make today is casting a vote for the person you become tomorrow. That's the truth most people ignore. They live like their actions are disposable, like they don't echo into the future. But your future self, he's watching. She's counting on you. That version of you, stronger, smarter, wealthier, unbreakable, doesn't just appear. You build that person through the choices you make when no one's looking, through the sacrifices you make when quitting would be easier. You're either feeding your evolution or feeding your excuses. And the future always collects what you deposit. The cold part is this: one day you'll have to face the results of your consistency or your comfort. There's no hiding from it. You'll either wake up proud or wake up with regret. And regret doesn't come from failing. It comes from knowing you could have done more. Your future self will look back and either thank you for your discipline or curse you for your laziness. And when that time comes, there's no one to blame. Not your parents, not your friends, not your environment, just the person in the mirror who made 1,000 little decisions and now has to live with the outcome. People think one skipped workout doesn't matter, one bad day of eating, one day off. But that's how it starts. That's how people build failure, brick by brick, excuse by excuse. Meanwhile, the elite are stacking discipline. They're showing up tired. They're pushing through discomfort. They're thinking about the version of themselves they promised they'd become. That version isn't built on luck. It's built on grit, on effort, on saying yes to the process and no to instant gratification, day after day, even when it's boring, even when it's brutal. And here's what separates the winners. They think long term. They visualize the future in detail. They see the house, the legacy, the life, and they realize every step right now is either taking them closer or pushing them further. That level of self-awareness turns you into a weapon. It eliminates distractions. It kills procrastination because suddenly the stakes are real. You're not just doing this for today. You're doing this for the version of you that's 10 years ahead, waiting, watching, hoping you don't fold. So no. Show up for that version, earn that life. So here's the bottom line: trust the process. Not just when it's easy, not just when it's fun, but especially when it's dark, lonely, and thankless. Because the process never lies. It will break you before it builds you. It will test you before it rewards you. And the only ones who make it through are the ones who decide, not hope, not wish, but decide that quitting isn't an option. No one's coming to save you. No one's handing you a blueprint. It's you, your discipline, your grit, and your refusal to stay average. That's the difference. That's what separates the spectators from the warriors. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect support, or the perfect plan. Start moving, start building, start becoming. Because in the end, the process is the only path that leads to greatness. Not shortcuts, not hype. The process. And if you've got the balls to trust it fully, blindly, relentlessly, you won't just make it. You'll dominate. Now lock in and earn everything.